Hey everybody, Ms. Dietrich here. We're going to explore two different methods for how do you find the unknown value when the value that you're looking for is the all of it number, or what we sometimes call the whole. Now if we're going to use proportional reasoning, we like to think of is over of, or parts over wholes. And when we think about what's 25%, the part would be 25, and that would be 25 out of 100. So the next part is to figure out where does the number 9 go in the proportion, and it would be the numerator, because we always think of the is as being the numerator, or the part as being the numerator, because we're trying to figure out the all of it number. Now if we go ahead and solve this, probably what we would do next is we would simplify, divide by 25 and get 1, divide by 25 and get 4. So if we clean this up a little bit, we're really talking about 1 over 4 equals 9 over w. Now because this is compatible, 1 times 9 would be 9. That's simple enough. We can do 4 times 9 to get the answer, which of course w would be equal to 36. Now if it wasn't compatible, we would have to use cross products. Alright, now if we explore the idea of writing an algebraic equation, which is another option, it's not my favorite just because I think it has more computation involved. But if we rethink this as 9 and then is would convert to an equal sign, and convert this to your favorite equivalent, either a decimal, or you could write it as 25 over 100 if you prefer, or even 1/4 if you wanted to. And then of means multiply. So let's say we like the idea of a decimal, it might look like that. Let's say we like the idea of the fraction. It would look like this. Now we learned earlier that if we were going to solve this equation, that the opposite of multiplying by 1/4 is to divide by 1/4, which is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So that would look like this. And of course this would all cancel out, that would cancel out. We'd bring down the n, and if we were going to finish this, that times that would still be 36. Now guess what? If we had solved this and divided both by 2500, so if we'd done this computation, which I think is a little harder, that's why I like the fractions and not the decimals. If we were to divide this, we would have to go over 2, and then we'd have to go over 2, and then hopefully you can guess what the answer would be. If we went ahead and did the division here, we would end up getting 36 also. So that's probably the hard way to do it, to write it as a decimal, especially if you're talking about a 2-digit instead of just maybe a, if it was just tenths, for example. So really, more often than not, your best approach will be to use proportions. So again, we're going to do is over of, and then if you're looking for the all of it number, that means you don't know the whole. You put the part where it goes, and you solve the proportions just the same way we've been doing all along.